Argument is meant to reveal the truth, not to create it. What the joke displays is a switch in perception. This is important in changing the way we think. The winner is the chef who takes the same ingredients as everyone else and produces the best results. An expert is someone who has succeeded in making decisions and judgments simpler through knowing what to pay attention to and what to ignore. The awful thing is that you can never be aware of what you are not aware of. Removing the faults in a stagecoach may produce a perfect stagecoach, but it is unlikely to produce the first motor car. Traditional thinking is all about what is. Future thinking will also need to be about what can be. Some people drift along like a cork on a river, feeling that they cannot do anything except drift, moment to moment. This is an attitude of mind. Everyone can be constructive even in tiny ways. We need creativity in order to break free from the temporary structures that have been set up by a particular sequence of experience. Intelligence is something we are born with. Thinking is a skill that must be learned. Companies that solely focus on competition will ultimately die. Those that focus on value creation will thrive. Everyone has the right to doubt everything as often as he pleases and the duty to do it at least once. No way of looking at things is too sacred to be reconsidered. No way of doing things is beyond improvement. A good design is not a democratic consensus. The simple process of focusing on things that are normally taken for granted is a powerful source of creativity. Creativity involves breaking out of established patterns in order to look at things in a different way. Creative thinking is not a talent, it is a skill that can be learned. It empowers people by adding strength to their natural abilities, which improves teamwork, productivity, and, where appropriate, profits. As competition intensifies, the need for creative thinking increases. It is no longer enough to do the same thing better, no longer enough to be efficient and solve problems. Opportunity ideas do not lie around waiting to be discovered. Such ideas need to be produced. Most people are put off science because maths is the gateway and they can't handle it. What we should be teaching is operational maths because, in general, the maths we need to carry out science is pretty straightforward. Western traditions of education have emphasized knowledge analysis, description, and debate. They all have a part to play, but today there is a whole vast aspect of doing that has just been left out. Operacy is what keeps society going. A memory is what is left when something happens and does not completely unhappen. Studies have shown that 90% of error in thinking is due to error in perception. If you can change your perception, you can change your emotion, and this can lead to new ideas. The need to be right all the time is the biggest bar to new ideas. Logic will never change emotion or perception. In the future, instead of striving to be right at a high cost, it will be more appropriate to be flexible and plural at a lower cost. If you cannot accurately predict the future, then you must flexibly be prepared to deal with various possible futures. Most of the mistakes in thinking are inadequacies of perception rather than mistakes of logic.